Welcome to Touch Technology Review. Today I'm going to show you how to set up your lighting for a YouTube video for under $100. I'm going to do so by taking advantage of the Neewer NL660 LED panel, which you can pick up for anywhere from $70 to $100 depending on where you purchase. I've got a couple of these lights that I've used on many of my professional productions in the past. Quite often I'll use it in a complex lighting setup with a key light, fill light, sometimes even a backlight. But in this example, we're confined to just the one light in order to keep the budget down and also to create a more dramatic, subtle, low light effect. So in order to do that, I've positioned the Neewer NL660 light on a light stand about 1 meter away, 45 degrees to the left-hand side, and also 45 degrees up from the top. So we have a key light that only lights one portion of the face, and then the rest of the face on the other side is being filled in by the reflected light coming off the wall. So that's the essential setup for a one light YouTube set. And as you can see, it provides a kind of low key, more dramatic look than having multiple lights in a fully lit scene. Because this room has only white walls, it can look a little bit dull, especially when you're shooting with a single light source and you haven't got a lot of light reflecting around. So in order to get around that, I've added a couple of RGB LED light strips, which you can pick up for around $20. I've got two of these. I've got one in the foreground here producing the red light, and I've got one in the background set to blue for the blue light. So I've got a couple of different colors going on, which really helps add some interest into the scene. When you're working with this kind of low key setup, you'll need to minimize the amount of natural light coming into the room. So you'll either need to work at night or make sure that you can block out the light coming in from the windows and close all doors in the room. When you're shooting under these low light conditions with mixed light sources, including these colored LED lights along with the LED panel, your camera white balance can often be misled, and that can lead to some inaccurate skin tones. If you look at the original footage that I shot of this video, it's a little bit red and orange in color. So in order to correct that, I'm going to use DaVinci Resolve, which is my editor of choice, and I'm going to place an adjustment clip over the top of the video so that all the changes that I make apply to each one of the video clips that I'm using in the production. I'll click on the adjustment clip, and now I'll click on the color correction tab at the base of the screen, and we're going to open up our color wheels using the third icon along in the screen in the bottom left hand corner. And I'm going to click on the white balance tool, and I'm going to find a section of white within the image and click on that to set that as the white point for the video. And you'll notice that that has corrected the skin tones so that they're less red, but I can go in and make some manual adjustments to get the exact look that I'm after. I'll use the offset, gain, gamma, and lift wheels in order to pull out some more of that red and introduce some more blue light so that it evens out and looks a little bit more balanced. So if we go back to the timeline now and I turn that layer off and turn it back on, and as you can see, we've pulled all of that unnatural red orange tone out of the skin for a much more natural and realistic look. And on a final note, I'm using my Canon EOS R with the 50mm L series 1.2 lens open up at the 1.2 aperture, which allows me to get this background blur effect, which creates more depth and a more artistic look. So depending on what camera you have, make sure you open up to the widest aperture possible to get that creative look. So that's how I created my new low-key lighting setup using the Neewer NL660 panel with a couple of LED strips. If you've got any questions about what you've seen today, feel free to put them in the comments box below. And if you want to see more from me, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you're notified of up and coming video releases. Bye for now.